Hello everybody and a warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I am very happy to see you here today and I hope you all doing great, even if we live in quite crazy times for the moment. Today's video will be a prediction for the month of April 2026. And to do this video, as usual, I'm gonna use my crystal ball, my tarot cards, oracle cards and some dice. But before we begin, I must thank you all, you wonderful, wonderful viewers, for all of your support to this channel. I am very grateful for all of your mails, your comments, your sharing, caring, your coffees. Everything that you do helps so much to continue doing more videos, and it really gives a lot of strength, force, inspiration for more videos. And since I'm alone doing all videos with editing, subtitles and everything, I wish I could do much more videos than I do, but I don't have the time nor the strength to put out so many videos as I would like to. And this is especially for those updates for different countries. We have to think about there are more than 200 countries in this world. And every country is important, every citizen is important, and no one is more worth than another. And I really wish I could do an update on every country, every week, every day, but as you know, that is physically impossible. So I try to limit, when I do update, 2-3 countries at a time. And after this video, I will be doing the update for Germany, Netherlands, and Belgium, those 3 countries. And after that, I will be doing France, Spain, and Portugal. I would like to do every country in Europe or in the world, but as you know, I must limit it somehow. Well, what's more, I also want to mention, and this is important, there is a scam channel on YouTube that steals my videos, and they put poor, bad quality backgrounds and poor sound. And the channel call themselves Gods or Psychics. And the videos they steal, they call them Tarot by Izabela podcast. Or Tarot by Izabela Urgent or something like that. And they are thieves and scammers, so please be aware. This is the only one channel that is the true Izabela, Tarot by Izabela. And for those comments that I sometimes receive on my channel that I am the fake, please scroll down the video list to the first one and you will see which one is fake or a scammer. And my channel's ID is Tarot by Izabela 209. If another channel call themselves something different than Tarot by Izabela, then they are scammers. If they add another word or something like that, they are scammers. Please be careful. I don't want any one of you to get hurt by supporting a scam channel. What's more, yeah, when I do these predictions for every month, I am not forehand, I don't know what will come up. So sometimes it could come up a lot of things, sometimes it's a little bit less. So whatever comes up in the crystal ball and the tarot cards, I will tell you. I'm not a news channel. I only do predictions. So, and the news, as we know, there are many versions of what is true and what is not. And we, at this moment in time, we should be a little bit careful to engage too much emotionally on one side or the other. Because at the end, as we said in the video that we did with Matane and Gary about Lord of the Rings, we don't know who Gollum is. Who is the bad guy that is needed to end the evilness. So we have to be a little bit careful there. And time frames, yes, time frames are very difficult to predict on, since time is not linear, it's fluent. It can go up and down in circles and waves and connect again. So this is only an approximate, the month of April. I cannot promise that everything that I say will occur in April. It could occur much later or days or weeks later. So don't take the time frame too much literally, okay? But hopefully only the good things will happen within that time frame, and the bad things, they don't really have to happen at all, in case I see any, okay? But now, let's start the reading. First, I need to concentrate for a few moments on my crystal ball. And after that, we'll see if something comes up. Okay? So, let's start then. For the month of April 2026. Glasses on, and let's see if we can find something. The first thing I saw a big warship, those kind of warships that jet planes and helicopters can land on. And I see that big warship being of great importance in the month of April, since I see the deck of this big ship, and it seems could be that this ship will be attacked. And this warship is from the United States. I don't see it sink, but it could be some kind of attack on this warship. And even if there will be some kind of attack, it will still continue and do the mission it's supposed to do. The UK will be a lot in focus in the month of October. I see the whole UK, and I see like big lights on a lot of spots, in from the north to the south, and in those lights represent people that will wake up, people that will start to protest. Enough is enough. Been talking about this protest a lot of times, but now when the weather gets better and we're gonna have more sunshine in April than usual, there will be more people out, more people awaken. It's like a veil begins to fall off their eyes and they begin to see, and there are big protests coming on. Yeah, it may seem that I repeat myself, but I can only say what I see. I cannot say something different, then it would be strange. Mm? But I say what I see, and since it comes up so many times, there must be something to it. And there is a bigger possibility for this to occur. Mm. And in the UK again, I see like a skull hovering above UK. And this skull will be discovered. And this skull will represent group of people, very evil people, demonic people, um, like a death cult that will be pointed out. And their deeds will be pointed out because this cult, and a lot of people in high position are involved in this cult, have many, many lives on their conscience. Mm. They have killed and tortured a lot of people. This death cult is not only um, bound to the UK, it exists in every country, everywhere. And more its members are going to be exposed what they are involved with. It seems like the secrecy around this death cult is crumbling, and its members will try to hide or seek protection in different countries, but it's not possible for them to do that because they will be found and dealt with. The war in Iran, I see it still continue. It will be some kind of escalation in April. And when we come to the middle and the end of April, it's going to slow down. Different fractions will try to cause problems, but it seems like it will calm down a lot. I see the faces of the leaders of China and Russia. They are talking, and behind secret doors, they're also talking with the leader of the United States. And I said last month that I saw the silver price going up, but those who control the prices of metals, they really did an unexpected move in the month of March. But whatever they're trying to hold on, it will not last so much because their power over the monetary system and the global economy is also crumbling. It's like the chains are being eaten up by rust, and soon they'll fall apart and they will not be able to hold it. During the month of April, we will hear more about new financial systems or kind of a reset of the financial system. Um, The world is in turmoil. Everything is beginning to, not beginning, it has been upside down for quite some time, but the upside down thing will be more and more obvious. And more people will be aware of all the fraud and all the treasonous acts that have been committed against um, the people of this planet. The religious fanatics are holding back the disclosure of UFO and aliens because they know the truth, and if it comes up, their grip over humanity or their made up world of belief systems will fall down. And when the made up world of belief systems will fall down, then their power will also get lost. And that goes for all the main religions at the moment. Imagine what you have believed in all your life, what you have fought for, what you have believed was true, and you would die for it if it was all a false story. So, but it will be released slowly and not to shock the people into very desperate actions. Some very strange sea creature will be discovered in the month of April from the death of the oceans. It will come up, and it could be a new kind of species, and it will hit the headlines, many news stations. The month of April, they will still try to push some kind of pandemic blah blah. A new strain of some very dangerous disease that could potentially end the lives of billions. But that will be short lived. Since people, they still believe everything what the TV says, but most of the people will push it away as nonsense. And in the WHO, I see a lot of empty seats, so that organization is crumbling. Even the United Nations is crumbling, and I see more and more people disappearing. And those people in those two big organizations, they have been responsible for very serious crimes against humanity. So I see them one by one disappearing in the month of April. Some big breakthrough regarding the last pandemic and the treatment that was given will also come up in the month of April. A lot of turmoil, a lot of arrests, a lot of political roller coaster journeys in the month of April. And that goes for the whole Western world mainly. Well, now let's take some cards for the month of April 2020. 26. Let's use these ones. For the month of April 2026. No. And finally some dice. And the cards and dice, they look like this. Let's see what we got here. In the tarot cards, we have King of Coins, the Hierophant, 10 of Wands, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man. On the Oracle cards, we have Living Room, a Sarcophagus, and Anubis. Wisdom, Find Balance. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. And on the dice, we have a sun above clouds, my childhood, dynamic, livid, and a red pill. In the month of April, according to the cards, as I saw in the crystal ball, there could be a lot of red pilling. And that could be hard to people when they have swallowed that red pill. It will be a heavy burden to gain that wisdom. But it will be some kind of dynamic action, and it will develop, and more people will get enlightened. We will see the sun behind the clouds, meaning some positive news on the big political scale, global scale that affects everyone, will be seen in the month of April. The Hierophant and the Sarcophagus, my childhood, and I were talking about religion and people that have believed since childhood in special religious stories. A lot of people will bury it, will take it down, will not believe anymore. Since, as I said in many of my videos, it's the time for religion to vanish. And the red pilling is one of the main reasons to that. And it will be a very hectic period, and the cards recommend take it easy, find balance, try to not absorb too much into your system on what is going on. It's easier to get overwhelmed, and try to detach a little bit, try to find time in nature and a balance in your thoughts and in your emotions. If not, it will be very difficult time for many people. We have the hangman. Everything will be put upside down. And sometimes we have to take a risk to listen to another story and then the story that we have been taught since childhood or believed be true since childhood. Because the truth is, I think, according to the cards, much different than we ever can imagine. Okay. Now I'm gonna take some last cards for the month of April. Let's take this deck. Three last cards for the month of April. And some dice. And the last cards, they look like this. Let's see what we got in the last cards. In the tarot cards, we have 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the Moon. On the oracle cards, we have Earth Sign, Seek Balance, and Journey. On the dice, we have Grace, Gorgeous, and some Clouds. Again, it comes out here as the last cards. The month of April certainly will be a month that a lot of things will be happening. We have Eight of Wands, it action in all direction, on every field, in the economy, in the politics, in health, in everything. And it will be overwhelming, both for those that are awake and even more for those that aren't not awake. Therefore, it's important to seek balance. Try to relax. Try not to get too emotional. Go out in nature, ground yourself. Earth signs. You have earth signs there. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And those signs could be would need more time in nature than others to find that balance. And the month of April is also preparing humanity for a new journey. We are going into a time where enormous big changes are going to happen to all of us. Time where there will be a split. And this time has been talked about for millennia. Some discoveries regarding the moon will also be talked about officially. The moon is not a natural moon, it's something else. And they have been clouded, and the truth about the moon. So could be that the moon is beginning on a new journey, or will begin to disappear more and more. Something regarding the moon will also come up in the month of April. Well, that was my reading, my prediction for the month of April 2026. And to all of you wonderful viewers out there, month of April will be a quite chaotic month with a lot of happenings. Try to stay calm, grounded, and don't fall into despair. Try to help your friends, your neighbors, because you will be the light they seek to when everything gets too confused. And since this world will disappear as we know it, and to be replaced with something better, it's not to get too attached to everything that is here. There are future waiting for most of us that is unimaginable, beautiful. So to all of you, take care out there, be strong, and I want to thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon. Bye bye.